Welcome back to Manor Lords, everybody. We are back and ready to see our village grow. Waldbrand has some growth ahead of it. We need to see a population boom, and we are in a position that I think we're in a really good position. Now, we are going to focus, like I mentioned, on growing. So without further ado, let's start looking at placing down some additional burgage plots. And I love... Again, I'm just going to say I love how these burgage plots work out, but occasionally you kind of get into these like weird situations where you can't build anything there because of like maybe you want to make sure that there's two. So you want to set it up, and this is it's kind of a cheaty way of doing it. You can do it like this. It's not quite long enough. We maybe need to go a little bit longer. Then rotate around. No, not it. There we go. Let's build like so. It is a little long. I think that's okay. Our goal is to see the growth of our village. So we're going to add in a second burgage plot. Let's rotate it around. It's not going to have a backyard, but I think that's okay. Really just kind of want to see our population grow. We're at a bottle cap right now, so this is going to be the only way that we actually see regular growth within the game, is if we can kind of continue to place some burgage plots. It's going to be a struggle. Now we're going to go backwards on this one. Rotate it around. There we go. Perfect. Lots of additional houses. So in order for us to kind of upgrade to the small, from a small village to a medium village and get that extra point, we do need to upgrade 2 of our burgage plots to level 2 or higher. And there's a really easy way to do this. So the only thing we're missing from like upgrading them is a clothing stall supply. And the easiest way to fix that is to go under our, I want to say industry, and place down a tannery. Now, normally we would not want a tannery anywhere near our village. But in this case, we're just going to plop it right there because smell does not matter in this game just yet. So I think we're okay from that perspective. We also need to hire an additional ox in order for us to take advantage of our plow. So we're going to go ahead and add a plowing station to this as well. So lots of building orders placed for this this winter. I think we have a lot going on. Now, I did make a mistake in our first episode. So in our first episode, I said a trading post is a way to increase your treasury. It is not. It's a way to increase your regional wealth. So you just want to keep that in mind. So we can trade a few things. I think we are trading some planks. We're going to increase this up to 30. We want to have at least 30 planks kind of sticking around, but this is how we increase our wealth, and I think that's really about it. We can also place some stuff here. I don't know what we're going to place here just yet. We have our wooden church. We can upgrade our church as well. We do need to unlock some clay tiles, like roofing tiles, and we'll get there eventually. But in the meantime, I think what we're going to do is we're also going to start placing down a second farm. We need some additional farming plots. This will take advantage of some pre-existing areas that we have. Like so. And we have a new message, and this is coming from our raiders are near. We have 2 options. We can track their movement, or we'll be ready. I think in this case, we're going to track your movement. They're just going to let us know that the raiders are going to attack within a year. And we kind of knew this in the settings. We said that we're going to be attacked in a year, so we want to keep that in mind. Now, one thing I totally need to not forget to do is under our forager hut, we're going to make sure we add in at least 1 forager. And I finally found out where herbs are. We can add a herb garden to our forager hut. So we're going to go ahead and set that up as well. And it's going to help anybody who's sick, because if they're sick, they don't necessarily work. And that's not a good thing. Now, the last thing we want to set up as well, we have a lot in the works today, is we want to set up our manor. And I think this is the perfect place for our manor. Actually, you know what? I think we're going to place our manor right here. We're going to go ahead. We're good with this. You can actually set up a lot more. We have wall gates, outer tower, garrison tower, and then we have our tax office. Our tax office is more for like, just for show. And we'll, you know what? We'll place it down as well. So we'll place a tax office right there. So we have a lot going on right now in our build, but I think we're okay. Weirdly enough, it actually kind of like attached, and so it creates one big block. I'm wondering if it'll kind of separate once it actually builds. But that's about it. We have a lot going on right now. Now, the other thing is with the right there, I think Are these it? Light mercenary, spearmen. Oh, those are mercenaries. Not good. We do have some brigands kind of hanging around here. I'm hoping that those brigands that are currently touring, waiting to attack us, are going to go and set up there relatively soon. And we're already using up a lot of our brigand space. We have 15 coming on, plus an additional 3. We can go ahead and expand the living space on this one at least. And I think we're just in a waiting game. Again, it's all about waiting in this game. Sometimes you pick up and go really quickly. I think for today, our focus is to expand our influence. We want to start claiming an additional area, and we also need to start building up our treasury. And the best way to build up your treasury is to have your manor set up. So we'll make this our highest priority just so we can get this going, because we need that treasury to afford some mercenaries. And mercenaries are kind of like the way to win this game if you have a lot of money. You just hire mercenaries and you send them to war, and then you have time to build up your militia. Because remember, if somebody dies in your militia, that's it. You lose that that manpower for the rest of your village. So you kind of want to make sure that you spread it out a little bit and make sure you're not overextending yourself. Did we not hire a second oxen? Oh, we can hire another oxen, but we don't have the stable space for it. Interesting. Should we add another stable? I don't know. I think we have a lot kind of being built right now, and more than I think maybe we can kind of handle. We have another army in the area, and this is actually what I was talking about. They took out the camp, and they're actually on our way over here to another camp, I think. So camps are a good way for us to collect some money. I don't think we have the money right now to hire them, but if we were to hire mercenaries, we would send them to take on the camps, and then we would just reinvest that money back into the mercenaries. It's kind of a cool way of keeping them longer than you're supposed to. Now, in speaking of areas that we want to expand, I definitely want to expand into this area, more so because I have rich deposits for both iron and stone. We definitely need that. We do have a rich deposit over here that we're taking advantage of, but I think finite. Eventually, we're going to have to start relying on our export and import business to care for that. So something that you want to keep in mind. Other than that, we're pretty healthy from a food perspective. Not much more going on. It's all about a waiting game, making sure that the village survives. We're not dealing with too much. We're keeping everything kind of moving in the right direction. And speaking of which, we have our clothing. I think we need to get somebody to work at the tannery before we can take advantage of that. So let's assign somebody there. I think from a firewood perspective, I don't think we need any more of firewood. So let's go ahead and turn the saw pit off for now. So that we can at least reinvest that construction workers to creating this. And we'll use that second oxen while we have them. Now, we are on fallow. Might as well reset that all. And you know what? While we're at it, I know I've said this before, but I love how these fields work. Such a cool way of filling in the area. Because it's like so dynamic, you can create your own field, and you get these like very noticeable fields off in the distance. Now, while we're waiting, let's see. I don't think there's any other villages around. I was hoping maybe we would see like a competitor village kind of pop up like right here as an example. But sadly, that is not the case. Now, if we were to expand to this area, we would want to take a look at what we can expand into over here. Now, he's claiming Nuslo, which I think is right here. So we're okay with that. We want to claim over there. And we've unlocked taxation, so let's go ahead and start taxing our population. We are going to go tax heavy initially. We're going to do a 20% tax. It's going to hurt our approval, and as long as we're above 50%, people are still going to show up. So we just need to keep that in mind. As long as we're at 50%, we are okay. And then on top of that, we've also unlocked policies. Now, we're not going to use any of these policies. We can set up a hunting ground policy, which is really just wild animals on rich deposits breed twice as fast. We don't have rich deposits for wild animals, and strict fasting would reduce the amount of meals that are food consumption, but it decreases approval, and I don't think we're in a position where we need to start rationing out our food. We can order a horse. After placing an order, a livestock merchant will come to your town and deliver the animal. Now, we can set up regular trade routes, establish like a reoccurring trade route. Not a bad idea to do so, but in the meantime, I think we're okay with what we're producing right now. We do need to start trading off some of our planks, but I just want us to build our planks up. All right, we've reassigned the person we pulled off the saw pit. That's okay. It's going to be a lot of like back and forth. That's how we're going to kind of roll. Let's go ahead and set up a chicken coop. And we're also going to expand the living space over here. And I think we've unlocked level 2. So let's go ahead and set up level 2 for 2 of... That's all we need. We just need 2 level 2s. And that's it. We have our level 1 burgage plots all set up. We only needed 5, but I thought we had more than that. 1, 2, 3. We had 8. Weird. Okay, cool. Do we want to continue to set up some additional burgage plots? Yeah, why not? That's how we grow our population. Take advantage. Oh, we actually ran out of... Did we run out of... Oh, you know what? Okay, so here's a tip. I totally forgot about this. To unassign you from there. We're going to assign somebody to the stable. Now, when you have somebody assigned to the stable, this increases their efficiency at traveling and like transporting goods. So I think it's a good way because I think we've hit a bottleneck. We have 10 logs in storage, but we can't deliver them to our large storehouse, which is where it's all turned into firewood. I don't think we need firewood. I'm just turn this off for now. Again, I really wish we had like a max firewood that we could kind of keep on hand, but we don't, and that's okay. It's not the end of the world. We can go ahead. Oh no, other way around. Let's go ahead and move these somewhere else. Keep these over here, I think. Now, having them close to the same area is not going to really affect anything. They're not going to like improve how fast they kind of do things or transport it, because they do have to transport it to the large storehouse first. And we can't move our large storehouse. We are committed to where it is right now. But we've made room for our manor, so we can start to kind of set up and go that route. But we should start seeing our taxes come through relatively soon. And speaking of taxes, we do need to start trading something.
This is heavier than it looks.
I think we have more than enough stone. So let's set up an export. And we want to have like, I don't know, say 85 stone on hand at any single time. This will get us some regional wealth, which will allow us to start building up our treasury. Because again, treasury is going to be important to making sure we drive new stuff. There we go. We've gotten our first set of taxes. The personal money usually collected from taxes can be used for diplomacy, hiring retinue and mercenaries, as well as setting a new region. Build a manor to establish enable taxation in any controlled region. We have 1 plot uploaded, and there it is. That's our second development point. So we have a few options available to how we kind of go about doing this. I think the reality is we would want to make sure that we stay committed to one particular growth pattern. So I think this section is going to be... weirdly enough and terribly enough, it's going to be our food section. So we're going to go ahead with orchard because I want to unlock rye. Rye allows us to create flour, but it's more resilient and can be grown in places with lower fertility, which I think is important. There's a few other things on here which are really cool. Advanced beekeeping. We have basic armor making, so we can start trading armor and we can start traveling or transporting that around. And on top of that, it's time for us to start making our path to our second development point, which is not going to be too hard, because I think all we need to do is just to upgrade a few of these. We just don't have any logs to do so. But we have the people. We have the people necessary to continue our growth, and that's the important thing. Let's see here. Let's set up an orchard in these two. It'll take some time for us to get the orchard. Oh, we don't have enough wealth. Sad days. We're not trading enough. We can set up some orchards, and that would actually help out. Now, speaking of trade, let's see about our food. I wonder if we can actually export some berries. Like, say, for example, we want to keep 85 on hand. Three wealth per berry is not a bad deal. Like, I think that's a really good deal, all said and done. We need 2 more upgraded to level 2, which can't be that hard. We just need logs. We just need timber. Oh, we kind of find somebody to our wooden church. I don't know what they do, having them here. I wonder if this would actually, like... I wonder if that improves the happiness that you get it. And speaking of happiness, let's readjust our taxes. We've dropped below 50%, so now our growth is kind of stagnating. So we'll send it back up. Taxation was not good, and we're still kind of hurting a little bit. But I think having more variety in our market's going to help out a lot, I think. And really cool, if we click on our market, we can see the variety, so what everybody's happy with. It's food variety is what's hurting us the most, I think. But hopefully we'll get that fixed, because I think our next step is to take advantage of... well, first off, let's assign somebody here. We also need to assign a livestock from here, from our small stable to here. So it's going to get our farmhouse going. Let's get this on wheat. We'll get this on wheat as well. This will remain fallow. And what we can do is we can start planning out a mill. It's going to be under food, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to set up our mill, like right here, close and nice and close to our area. It's on the top, it's on the hill, so if there was like an efficiency bonus, I think it's probably coming from the wind. Have this travel down like so. And then the last thing we need to set up is just a communal oven. And this will enable some cooking. And cooking is always a nice thing. Where are we going to put this? I don't know. Let's go this way. There we go. We have a nice little burgage plot that we can actually set up maybe another few homes. Finally have some timber coming back in. We're replenishing our timber, it looks like. And maybe we can fit a burgage plot right here. Well, we did this. I don't know what we're going to do in here. I think that's you just gotta be careful about how you build, and sometimes you can build yourself into a corner, but our village is kind of growing. It's coming up now, which is really cool. We can add in some cosmetic items. We can actually maybe we can do like make this like a little section, and then you know what we could do just for fun, under people we can create a marketplace. Now we're setting it up in a weird way so that we can make sure that we get everything kind of set up correctly so that we can connect everything. But we have a second little market ready for people to kind of go. And then, you know, depending on what we want to do, we can move our stonecutter camp around. This will open up some additional spaces, and then we can kind of delete stuff and rebuild it. And that's the benefit. You trial and error. Just have fun. So we are pulling in some wealth. That's the important thing. We have some berries and some stone, and we're finally seeing planks ready to trade. Yeah, I think we're okay. Oh, totally forgot. Whenever you move, you have to be careful. It unassigns people, and then you kind of forget to reassign them. Same for like if you unassign people from a forager hut during the winter, and then you have to reassign them. Sometimes you can forget, and it can be a little bit of a struggle. But look at this. Our village is becoming like an actual village. It's actually becoming a needle village. We have spotted a bandit camp relatively close. So let's see if we can hire our first mercenary. Not enough. We need 60. We need 60 wealth. We're almost there. It's close enough, though, that we could take care of it. We just have to be careful about wherever this... You know what? I think we're in a position where maybe we can get away with sending our militia to take care of it. Speaking of our militia, we're still at 19. And we have our retinues. Okay, we might be able to do this. Let's go ahead and set this up. We're going to call our retinue as well. Totally forgot about them. Can't call. You have to call them individually, which kind of and they're actually coming to us. So we'll let them come to us. They're going to attack our retinue first, I think, because like we're more powerful. I'm okay with that because they can anchor. And just like that, we have a mob. It's a mosh pit. All right, just like that, we won. Okay, so now we're going to be kind of sneaky. We're going to disband this unit, and we're going to send our retinue to take care of the bandit camp. We want that money. That went really well. And what we can do is we're going to send this money to our treasury, and that's going to get us enough to field an army in the event that we need to. If we need an army, now we can do so, and we're not going to be too worried about it. I'm digging this game. I think like when you think about medieval games, we have Final Frontier, which is a fantastic game, don't get me wrong. But to the level of detail that we're seeing right here, I don't think I've ever seen a game that ever lets you build to this extent, which is a pretty solid attempt. Now, speaking of games, I will say our first episode of this series was an hour long, and that was totally unintentional. I think I got so into the game that I couldn't stop playing. And it's really hard to not play this game and record it because this is just really incredible. Now, on top of that, we, speaking of influence, we're at 890, so we almost had enough to start claiming that second area, and I would like to get a second village going. It would allow us to expand a little bit more. We can start pulling in more people, which I think is important. We have quite a bit of empty space still. We need to get to level 2 as well in 2 of these. So we'll upgrade. And I think we're out of timber for that. We need more timber. So to maybe help speed up the timber, what we can do is we can sign another person. It would be nice if we had a surplus of people that were out and about, and we could kind of take advantage of this. Almost getting time for us to start doing wheat again. So let's go wheat for this, fallow for that. And we have a new family starting to move in. So speak of the devil, at least we're growing. 2 families, fantastic. And we need 1 more family for... I think I just spent my timber on upgrading this. Again, your resource is going to be your bottleneck, 100%. Bodies need burial. Oh, shoot. For a while, raiders may be dumped in the corpse pit. Make sure you have a family designated to handle it. Interesting. So I guess we do need to make a corpse pit. Where would we make a corpse pit? You know what, like... I would not want a corpse pit anywhere near me. Good enough. I don't think there's really... I think you just have to dig a hole. I feel bad for the family that's going to have to worry about the corpse pit. Jesus. Terrible. But I guess like that would breed disease, and you wouldn't want that necessarily to happen. All right, there we go. We have a corpse pit. Where are the bodies? We need 2 more. I think that one's building. Let's upgrade this one. And just like that, we've gotten 2 development points. Our village is steadily growing, and the only thing holding us back is the amount of timber that we have and the amount of families that we have. We need more families. I feel like you would have like a path like this. There would be an entrance to the back way here. Sadly, we can't build a path right there, but there is a path right there. But at least they're using this now. So even though we only have to have 1 spot, it's okay. Why is this going down? Approval will fall if not fulfilled. Do we not have somebody working on our fuel? Yeah, weird. Maybe they're too far out. Okay. So let's set up another market. We'll get a big market right in front of the... Yeah, there we go. A big old market right in front of the church. It's like, that's exactly what you'd want to see. And you know why we're at it? To add some additional burgage plots. Why not? Hopefully this will see more people come in. But I'm really happy with this game. I think we're gonna kind of close out the season maybe. Did we get any? We did get some wheat at least. We'll assign somebody to start milling it. Maybe we'll unassign from here, reassign to the farmhouse. Food is a concern. We only have 6 months worth of food left. Our saw pit, forager's hut, woodcutter's lodge. Okay, if we have people on everything, I think we're running into a bottleneck of pieces now. Oh look, her orchard, it's coming along, and they have an outhouse. No, small details like that. I kind of like this. I wonder if we can upgrade our well to be a little bit more. Maybe we need another well? I don't know. Don't have enough food variety. Clothing is going to concern shortly. And we can fix that. I know we can. You know what we do? We set up another farm. Because farming is the answer to everything. And we're going to make this flax, which can be turned into linen. And then we'll add in some crop rotations. We'll make this fallow, and then it'll kind of run on that. We won't get a whole lot, but it'll be enough, I think, for us to start getting some linen going, which will be a reusable resource, I guess would be the best way of saying it. That'll help out. We might want to get some additional livestock. That'll help us as well. So livestock is going to be under... We should get a tavern soon, too, actually. Our budding village. Now we have timber. We have a surplus of timber. That's exactly what we wanted. Now, you know what we can use timber for, which I find really cool, but it's going to be something that we build in a slow process. Let's do this. There, because that won't take too much, and we can start building a little wall for our manor, and then we can have like a real manor. That's what I mean. This game sucks you in. If you're not careful, you can lose yourself in this game. In 88 days, we are going to be attacked by some raiders, so we have to be careful. We're going to want to pull them in maybe 15 days before the attack, so we'll have some leeway. And then I think maybe we'll have enough gold to last. Because we also have to travel from wherever they come in to get here. So we have to keep that in mind. And hopefully that'll... You know what? Oh.
This is heavier than it looks.
It is building. Okay, hang on. We have our little gate fence setting up. So here's what we're going to do, because we do need more, we need more influence. We're going to set up a tithe. Because we have no more bandits to take care of. Now, what we can do as well, we do need to start taking advantage, and it's probably the last thing we do of this episode, because I am trying to keep them a little bit shorter. But if we go under resources, we are going to take advantage of this. So we'll have 2 set up. We're not going to be able to use them right away, but I think it's the... Something like that. There we go. Yeah, not bad. And we have one more development point to use. And we're going to do rye, because I think rye is going to be what we want most. Because we can grow more. So let's... Estimated resource to produce, days left to harvest. Maybe we'll just burn the field. Okay, let's do rye. Burn this field, because we don't have anything that we're really going to get from it. And we'll do rye. Won't burn that fuel because we need it, but we'll do rye and then fallow. There we go. And we have flax. The only thing I could think of maybe doing is assigning another family, because we have... I wish it would tell us how many Morgans total we have. I don't think it does, but that's okay. Rushing priority. Unlimited work area. Interesting. So I think with that, I think we're going to end the episode probably right here. We survived a second year, which is fantastic. Whoever knew, whoever thought we would survive as many years as we have. But we are creating a thriving village. We are going to have to fend off some people shortly. Otherwise, we might get into a little bit of a pickle. But I think I have a perfect use for this area. It's just not working. There we go. Make a field out of that, and then we can also add a second burgage right here. And we're gonna say yes. It's a nice little house. We got a nice little village run gun kind of rolling, and then we can start adding in some additional farms all the way around. And I think maybe we'll just leave them as fallow when we're not using them, because that will help to increase the overall use. Yeah, okay, cool. I think we're in a good position. We've set up some work for some fallow fields, making up some additional use right there. So it's going to become a lot of it. I don't know what we're going to do. But that's it. If you're digging the series, feel free to hit the subscribe button. We're going to be playing a lot more of this. We are definitely in a food crisis, which is not good, but we need to figure that out. Best way to figure it out, assign more people to take care of the food. But we're finally pulling in, I think, other things than we originally anticipated. But berries is going to be what we need the most of. So with that, we'll end it there. Our budding village of Walbrand is slowly taking shape, and it actually looks like a medieval village, and I love that. This game is so fantastic. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you do so. It is just released just a few days ago at the time of recording this, so take advantage while you can. Other than that, thank you always for the support, and of course, ciao for now, everybody.